What's up guys, welcome back to yet another interesting video. So from past few days I've been testing this all new OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite, and after using this phone and testing it for some time I found some really impressive things, but at the same time there are few compromises which you guys should definitely know before making a purchase. So in this video we'll discuss 5 good and 5 not so good things about OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite. But before that guys, if you find the content useful to you guys, then make sure to smash the like button and also consider subscribing. See, the biggest highlight of this phone is the massive 7000 mAh battery, and honestly this is crazy for this segment. Most phones in this range still gives 5000 mAh batteries, but the OnePlus is clearly focusing heavily on battery life. So if you're the someone who watches a lot of videos, play games, uses 5G all day or travel a lot, this phone can easily last 2 days. Also you get the support of 45 watt SuperVOOC fast charging support, which is, I would say, not the fastest but the decent one. In my usage, even after continuous using it for 24 hours, like the gaming part, testing camera and other things, I still had 39% of battery life, and the screen on time which I've been getting with all this heavy usage is somewhere around 6.5 to 7 hours of SOT. But the charging takes slightly more time. In our testing, we started charging the device when the battery percentage was 13%, and to reach 100% it took around 1 hour 20 to 25 minutes. So the battery backup is superb on OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite. The second good thing is definitely the display experience. The OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite comes with 6.77-inch Full HD Plus display with support for up to 144Hz refresh rate, and yes, 144Hz is something usually you don't see in this segment. Scrolling feels smooth, animations look fluid, and gaming also becomes more responsive. OnePlus has also improved the touch response even with the wet hands, which is actually useful for daily usage. Now one thing to note here, that 144Hz doesn't work across all the applications and games, but there are some supported applications and games like Subway Surfer, Clash of Clans and few other where you can actually experience the higher refresh rate smoothly. Brightness also goes up to 1000 nits, so outdoor visibility was also not an issue here. And honestly, for the content watching also, the experience feels really nice because of the large display and smooth refresh rate. On the top of that, OnePlus is also giving stereo speakers with 300% ultra volume mode. The sound output feels loud and immersive while watching YouTube, Netflix or even during gaming session. But at 300% level, there's slight distortion which I personally noticed while using the device. You can play 4K HDR videos on YouTube, but there's no support of HDR in Netflix application. But overall, multimedia experience on this device is quite impressive for this price segment. Now let's talk about the third good thing about OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite, and that's the performance. The device is powered by MediaTek Dimensity 7400 Apex chipset based on a 4nm processor. For daily usage, honestly this chip performs really well. App opens quickly, multitasking feels smooth, and casual to mid-level gaming was also fine. In terms of benchmark, in Geek Benchmark application, single core scores 1076 and multi-core scores were 2898. Wildlife Extreme Stress Test stability scores were 99.4. In Antutu Benchmark application, the scores are close to 1 million, and while performing CPU throttling test, the CPU throttled max up to 93%. For the gaming part, we did test out BGMI and Call of Duty Mobile. Currently, BGMI only supports 60 FPS and Call of Duty supports 90 FPS. But as far as I know, that OnePlus will be adding higher FPS support with the upcoming updates, mostly next month end. And the gyro performance was also quite impressive for me. I personally did not find any kind of issues with the gyroscope. The gaming was handled pretty well. On an average, in BGMI we were getting 58 frames per second, in which we landed at hot drop, also encountered close fights. You also get the support of UFS 3.1 storage, which is nice to see in this category. So for normal users as well as gamers, performance on OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite actually looks pretty solid. Now coming to the fourth good thing about this device, and that's its software. We all know OxygenOS 16 is super smooth and fluid. It comes out of the box with OxygenOS 16, and you'll get 2 years of major OS upgrades and 4 years of security patch updates. See, the UI looks clean, smooth and fast. Compared to many budget, OxygenOS still feels much more polished, animations are smooth, app opening speed is good, and overall experience feels optimized. But guys, here you need to remember one thing, there is no parallel processing on OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite. So don't expect that level of animation what we see on other OnePlus devices. Rest other AI features are also there, like in the gallery application you get AI Eraser, AI Unblur, AI Reflection Eraser and AI Perfect Shot, which can actually help improve photos directly on the phone. Apart from that, there are also smart AI features like AI Writer, AI Translate and AI Voice Scribe, which can help you in writing, translation and voice note related tasks. You also get the support of Gemini integration on the system, but guys, here you don't get the support of Mindspace, so keep that thing in mind. And we also don't have a dedicated action key over here. But the good part is you get OnePlus Stock Dialer, so you can record calls without announcement, and it also comes with some AI features like the AI Assist features, where you can create a summary of a particular call or even translate the call. So these are some of the useful features what you guys are getting on OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite when it comes to software part. Overall software experience is definitely one of the strongest point here on this device. Another good thing about this device is the camera. See, it's not a camera-centric phone, but yes, the photos which we clicked are good enough to use. You get a primary 50 megapixel sensor along with a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and the front selfie shooter is 8 megapixel. In daylight conditions, the phone captures good details, balanced colors, and decent dynamic range. Especially in outdoor shots, skies and greenery looks quite natural without looking overly saturated. One thing which I liked here on this device is the consistency. Colors remains mostly natural across different lighting conditions, and the shutter speed is also quite fast. The photos which we clicked were social media friendly. Even low light shots are social media ready with impressive light control for its segment, while the details can get soft in challenging low lights, but overall night photography experience is reliable and pleasing for everyday usage. But when we are talking about the portrait mode here, the photos taken with portrait mode tends to expose slightly darker in certain lighting conditions, especially against the bright background, while the warm color tuning adds a more contrasty look to the face. Though the edge detection remains good, in portrait mode, it doesn't matter if you're clicking with the front camera or the rear one. In terms of selfies, yes, as it's a 8 megapixel camera, which do lacks on details. Facial texture can be softened slightly due to the processing. In terms of video recording, the device can record 4K 30 FPS with the rear camera, and we don't have the support of OIS. Instead of that, you have the support of dual access EIS. And the stabilization is also good. You can take a look at the video. This was shot while moving around. With the front camera, you can record 1080p at 30 FPS. And the video quality is decent. You guys can take a look at the video which we recorded using front camera. We noticed slight smoothing over here. The HDR while recording videos using the front camera can slightly be improved. Now let's talk about things which are not so good. First thing which many users may not like, and that's the side-mounted fingerprint scanner. To use the side-mounted fingerprint scanner, you always have to register multiple fingers. Like if you're using the device this way, either you have to register this finger, or if you use the device in other hand, you have to register your thumb. And even if you have kept your device on the table and to lift up, either you have to register this finger or the middle finger. So here it requires multiple finger registration. Second thing which disappoints me is the support of no proper always on display. So there is no option of always on display on OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite. Another thing which I notice is the bottom chin is still quite noticeable. From the front, bezels are decent, but that thicker bottom chin slightly reduces the premium look of the device. Fourth one is the haptic feedback. See, haptic feedback is quite strong. I've never missed out on calls, but they are not crisp. And even if the device is kept on table and you get a notification, you can easily hear that vibration sound, which we definitely don't get to see in premium devices. There are few devices with better haptic feedback in this price segment, so this thing would have been better on OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite. And one thing which I've already mentioned, the missing of Mindspace feature. Some users who were expecting newer AI ecosystem features may feel slightly disappointed because this phone doesn't support Mindspace. And about the sales guys, sale starts on 12th May 12 PM. With including all the offers, you can grab this device at 18,999. See, for me, OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite actually looks like a pretty decent balanced smartphone focused mainly on battery life, smooth display experience, good software, reliable performance, and decent cameras. Of course, there are some compromises too, especially the LCD panel limitations and missing premium features. So what do you guys think about the OnePlus Nord CE 6 Lite? Are you impressed with it or you were expecting more? Comment below and let me know. And if you guys have any kind of questions related to this phone, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to answer everything. This is your friend Ashok signing out. See you guys in the next video.